banks of the Mississippi River, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a storied venue, and soon the fog will rise off the Big Muddy, and will it also bring a victory for the beloved Bayou Bengals. Tiger Stadium, home of LSU. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see, the winners of 5 straight, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the #1 team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. They go to the ground. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Palmer, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Offense set on first down. They'll go to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. Here's the handoff. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
Leaves it with the running back. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
And unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game. And that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up. And you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality and the grit. Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Thomas looking to fire. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the first down.
Great timing there on that throw by the QB on the out route. Gets it to his guy just in time. He makes the catch, and his momentum takes him out of bounds.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
And this offense has really gotten to a nice rhythm here on their opening drive of the game. Running the ball, getting it down now into a goal-to-go situation. They really have established a bit of a physicality here early. Let's see if they can keep that up.
The Tigers line it up with a first and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide out in motion. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Crosses midfield. At the 30. Past the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on 1st and 10. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40.
Pound 55 weak. Carrier.
Thomas back to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Fires to the big fella. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Fullback's got it. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field.
42, Spider. Full punt. Low.
Give to the running back. Running with power. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting a tackle for loss.
Quarterback checking the play. Thomas looking to fire. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that pass is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after... And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And that is priority #1 for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. The DBs will back off a bit. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Texas A&M going quickly. Time to take a shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggies.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Indiana is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up before, and it's capable of it again today. They're trailing by 10 to UMass. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Thomas back to pass. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's second down.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback checking off. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Tempo and overdrive. Just about any LSU offense will make you hold your breath when they play pitch and catch.
Yeah, just such...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And now on 2nd down for this offense.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Back to the air one more time. Pressure coming. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not in this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They're setting up the screen. Smashes through. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Aggies will snap it on 1st and 10. Movement here from the tight end. He'll come out throwing on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bermudez. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
This offense has a second down play. This defense will try to keep everything in front. On the option. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Harvey. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And the defense brought the blitz on third down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now on 2nd down.
29 Philly.
He's looking to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you see they keep creeping the running backs out in the flat right there. He slips them out to the right, gets him the football quickly. But this defense, man, I'll tell you what, you talk about speed, seeing things, reacting, and going and getting them on the ground. Really nice job.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got a wide open receiver. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
The back goes in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's got the tight end. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie! No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And Reese, this is the part of the field where the tight ends become such a big part, right? The big size, I'm going to isolate these guys, find a way to get good matchups. You could tell they did it there, and the result, 6 points.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll need some urgency to get something on the board before halftime. 11 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man quickly. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback will audible. He wants to throw. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe. And how about the ball placement? Oh. Get it.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards and then get your booty out of bounds.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Moves away as he feels pressure. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Texas A&M has it teed up to start this second half. Fair catch called for and made. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
He's just Johnny on the spot. That's now his 2nd interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. They'll start this drive with an end around. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and buy a lot of defensive team speed. It didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
The play action fake. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He's going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
A high kick trying to pin them deep. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field.
Check.
Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. LSU quick to the line. They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They get to the line quickly. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Thomas looking to fire. He makes the connection. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down.
Cut it. Arrow. Acorn.
He's going to pass. Trying to get to him. Got his man. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll try the run. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game, get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 4 over UMass. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Across the 25, he's got room. Flying down the left side. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a first down for this offense. The Aggies moving quickly to the line. Running back goes in motion. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards. Stopped at the 23. Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. From the gun, wants to pass. Blasted as he lets it go. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. That last score just a little icing on the cake in this one as they get set to kick it away again. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, and that's a route this offense practices all week long. You really have to have great timing when you're throwing these out routes. There's nothing a defender can do on that one. Perfectly thrown, well caught. Nice job getting his feet in bounds.
Green 25. Squirrel, squirrel.
Thomas back to pass. Using the quick game. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Texas A&M 24, LSU 7.
Got it.
And the Tigers look to keep this drive humming.
Griffin. Hornet, Hornet. Hawk, Hawk. Terrier.
They're going to throw it again. On target. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Tigers are in the hurry up.
I like how this offense throws to their running backs in different areas of the field. It's not always going to be to the perimeter. It's not always going to be screens, but they can attack the middle of the field, too, using these angle routes. Nice play call.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second.
And hut. Go.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to pass on second down. Makes the grab over the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Buys a little time. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Yep.
The give to the back. Pushes ahead for a pickup of 1 down to the 13. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal.
Yankee blue. Yankee blue. Pilot.
Thomas looking to fire. Feeling some heat. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
The give as they work on that clock. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
These are the plays that don't show up in the stat books, right? Like a great job. Look at him. He does an awesome job. Instead of taking the sack, clearly wanted to throw the football, scrambles around, gets some positive yards. It doesn't go down as a huge gain, but these are the plays that get you W's.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Third down conversions, always a huge stand. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Gives it to the back on the draw. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. He'll bring it back. It's Spears. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pulled the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops.
And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Touchdown, Aggies! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by just 1 over UMass. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25.
Come on, set. Pop.
Thomas back to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Soft spot in the middle. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, and they knew if they were going to win this game, he had to touch it a lot. They had to get him involved. They haven't been able to do that. That's a big reason why they're trailing by so much.
LSU right back to the line.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
And they're trying to dig out of the hole on 2nd and long from the 9. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Goes to the option. The pitch. Open space at the 25. Can anyone catch him? Past the 30. At the 20. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And the punishment has been extended. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously,
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on 1st down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Thomas looking to fire. He's going up top here late in the game. And he's thrown another interception. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that...
And he's got it inside the 20. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
691, Gator Sport! Go!
Thomas back to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. LSU quick to the line. He's looking for a man on second down. He wants it all. Into the end zone for a touchdown to ratchet up the pressure late in this game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They'll line up to go for 2.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
The snap sets up to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half-minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Pulls and fires complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I'll be honest, man, if I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Aggies! And the route is on. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Number 12, set to advance on the football.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.